Only a master of evil does.
If we break Star Wars down to its most basic theme, it's a story about good versus evil, right? Wrong. Welcome to the Force family. Let's get into it. On the surface, the prequel trilogy might seem like a tragic tale of our heroes, the good guys, the Jedi, losing to the bad guys, the Sith, and the OG trilogy redeems and returns the Jedi and our heroes to greatness by defeating the Sith once and for all. But in actuality, it isn't that black and white. Star Wars teaches us that there is good and evil inside of us all. The trick is, of course, to balance the light and the dark. When we are introduced to the Jedi in The Phantom Menace, they seem rather assimilated and comfortable with their position as peacekeepers of the Galactic Senate. But as the title of the film suggests, a powerful adversary threatens their position in the galaxy. A conspiracy is being plotted right under their noses. Hell, it's being plotted right around the corner in Palpatine's office. Yet the Jedi could not sense their looming demise. Anakin was right to question their judgment and their loyalty. The power went to their heads, like it does to all of those who've had it for too long. The Jedi claimed not to feel fear, regret, or anger. Yet there on the council sits Master Mace Windu, notorious for using his anger to defeat foes in a lightsaber duel. And even Master Yoda, a proponent of peace and passivity, jumps at the first opportunity to create a grand army of the Republic to be led by the Jedi. The Jedi craved war so much and for so long that they didn't even stop to question why the army was created in the first place.
Everything is going as planned.
At best, the Jedi were flawed. At worst, they were hypocrites. And thanks to Palpatine's whispers in his ear, Anakin began to see the Jedi in this light, or lack thereof.
Not from a Jedi.
Not to say the Sith teaching is better, but one can certainly see the appeal of accepting their emotions as strengths instead of weaknesses.
You have anger, but you don't use them.
The Jedi condemned attachments, and the Sith encouraged
You will
them.
be able to save your wife.
The turmoil that raged inside of Anakin stemmed from the inhuman expectations that the Jedi required of him. He felt torn and betrayed by the Jedi, because he felt love and affection for his mother and Padme. He felt attached, a feeling that the Jedi forbid.
Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose.
Did Yoda not care for his students, the younglings? Did he not care for his friend Obi-Wan Kenobi? Of course he did. Yet Yoda continued to teach the Jedi Code, a code of unrealistic, unfair stipulations. Was every member of the Jedi Council a phony? A liar?
Liar!
Obi-Wan goes as far as admitting this at the most inappropriate time.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Anakin turned his back on the hypocritical Jedi, and with his new name and new master, a Dark Lord of the Sith was born. And the Sith ruled the galaxy with a literal iron fist for nearly 20 years, until a product of Anakin's love and attachments came back with a vengeance, in his son, Luke Skywalker. But the Skywalker dilemma is one that spans generations. Luke also found himself unable to meet the expectations of his Jedi masters. And even after all they had been through, after witnessing the failure of the Jedi Code teachings and seeing the temple fall, Obi-Wan and Yoda kept the same curriculum and Jedi handbook. They even go as far as to say that Luke should let Han and Leia die in order to complete his training in the light.
And sacrifice Han and Leia.
If you honor what they fight for, yes.
Thankfully, there's too much of his father in him, and Luke followed his intuitions, his emotions, his heart. Furthermore, Obi-Wan warns that killing Vader is the only way to defeat the Sith, completely dismissing any chance of redeeming or turning Anakin from the darkness.
I can't kill my own father.
Then the Emperor has already won.
On the flip side, Luke is receiving a less conventional form of training from his very young father. Vader calls out to him through the Force, asking him to join him.
My son.
Encouraging him to search his feelings, to feel his feelings. And when they meet in combat, Vader toys with him, reminding him that
You are not a Jedi yet.
he even teaches him to fight as Mace Windu once did, saying,
Release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me.
And guess what? He's right.
Sister.
When Vader brings up a loved one, it's not patience or wisdom that Luke uses to defeat Vader. Luke wins with his passion, with his anger, with the dark side.
Your hate has made you powerful.
It is in this moment that Luke realizes the balance of the light and darkness reside within him. The choice was always his to make, as it was always Anakin's. So it begs the question, with the Sith destroyed and Luke surviving as the last Jedi, what code did he choose to teach his students? The light side? The dark side? Or the balance? Could this be what Luke means when he says,
It's time for the Jedi to end.
Luke now understands that both the Jedi and Sith were wrong.
I was wrong.
And Star Wars is not a simple tale of good versus evil, but a complex story of the good and evil we are all capable of. In Luke's Jedi Academy, he taught his Padawans to balance the light and the dark, to use them both. He did not forbid love or attachments. He encouraged them. He encouraged emotional response and engagement. He encouraged both bravery and fear of loss. He encouraged his nephew, Ben Solo, to explore all of the potential that the Force had to offer. And in doing so, Luke learned, like the Jedi and Sith did before him, that he was wrong.